Mixed signals aren't mystery. They're manipulation through inconsistency. When someone is warm one moment and distant the next, it's not because they're confused, shy, or figuring themselves out. It's because they want the benefits of your attention without the responsibility of choosing you. Mixed signals are how people keep you emotionally invested while staying emotionally unavailable. It's how they stay in control while you stay uncertain. It's how they secure reassurance without giving commitment. It's how they hold access to you while keeping their options open. And the truth is simple. If someone wanted you with clarity, you wouldn't be decoding anything. You wouldn't feel tension, doubt, or emotional whiplash. You wouldn't be trying to interpret the signs. Certainty never hides. Mixed signals only show up when someone's interest is weaker than their desire for validation, or when their fear is stronger than their integrity. If you've been stuck analyzing every shift in tone, every delayed response, every moment of sudden affection followed by sudden withdrawal, this video will dismantle the pattern. Let's break down what mixed signals really mean, why people send them, and how to respond without losing your power. Mixed signals only look complicated when you're emotionally invested. On a psychological level, they're one of the clearest forms of communication you'll ever receive. Inconsistency means their interest isn't strong enough to be stable. People don't send mixed signals when they're sure. Certainty moves in one direction. Uncertainty moves in waves. When someone's energy shifts from warm to distant, present to absent, expressive to silent, you're not witnessing depth, you're witnessing conflict inside them. And that conflict has nothing to do with you. It's their fear, their ego, their indecision, their inability to commit to anything that forces them to show up and disappear on repeat. Mixed signals mean one of three things. 1. Their desire is lower than their need for attention. They want the hit of your validation, but not the responsibility that comes with being consistent. They enjoy the feeling you give them, not the effort required to keep it. 2. Their fear outweighs their intentions. Attraction pulls them in. Fear of closeness pushes them out. The result is emotional whiplash disguised as confusion. 3. They value the option of you more than the reality of you. They keep you close enough to never lose you, but far enough to never choose you. This is the most common driver of mixed signals, comfort not commitment. And the reason mixed signals feel so powerful is because the highs are genuine, but the lows are too. You're experiencing both sides of their internal conflict, and you're mistaking their inconsistency for depth. It's not depth, it's instability. Most people waste months or years analyzing the words, moments, compliments, tone changes, and sudden warmth, when all they needed to do was look at the pattern. Because patterns don't lie. Energy doesn't lie. Consistency doesn't lie. Only people do. Mixed signals are clear. They want something from you, but they don't want to give anything back that costs them certainty, effort, or vulnerability. The confusion you feel isn't a sign they're special. It's a sign you're ignoring the truth. Mixed signals don't need decoding. They need recognition. People don't send mixed signals by accident. Inconsistency always has a motive, even if they pretend otherwise. Mixed signals are a strategy, conscious or unconscious, born from the parts of them they haven't faced. Here's the truth people avoid. 1. Mixed signals come from fear of losing control. Consistency requires vulnerability. It requires choosing. It requires risk. People who fear emotional exposure drip-feed affection to keep you close without ever stepping into real commitment. They want connection without the cost. 2. Mixed signals come from ego, not emotion. They enjoy the feeling of being wanted. Your attention feeds their self-worth, so they give just enough warmth to keep you hooked. But once they feel safe, they pull back to protect the illusion of power. This isn't romance, it's ego maintenance. 3. Mixed signals come from emotional immaturity. When someone hasn't learned how to regulate their emotions, they behave based on whatever feeling hits them in the moment. You're getting unpredictable waves because they are unpredictable internally. Their inconsistency is a mirror of their instability. 4. Mixed signals come from keeping options open. Modern dating has turned people into collectors of attention. They juggle texts, situationships, and maybes, keeping everyone warm enough to not leave, but cold enough to prevent expectation. You're not confused. You're part of a rotation. 5. Mixed signals come from trauma patterns. People who fear abandonment pull in and push out because closeness triggers panic. People who fear rejection test your commitment by being inconsistent. Both create chaos to avoid responsibility for their own wounds. 6. Mixed signals come from wanting the emotional reward without the emotional labor. They want the intimacy of your presence, your support, your availability, but not the accountability of showing up for you in return. They want companionship without commitment and reassurance without effort. 7. Mixed signals come from convenience. They reach out when they're bored, lonely, or insecure and vanish when they feel validated again. You're not dealing with confusion. You're dealing with a pattern built on convenience, not connection. And the most important truth, mixed signals are never about you. They're about the war happening inside the other person, the battle between their desire, their fear, their ego, and their lack of emotional discipline. You're just experiencing the fallout. The moment you stop reacting to mixed signals is the moment you take your power back, because mixed signals only work on people who tolerate uncertainty, chase clarity, and internalize inconsistency. You do the opposite. Here's the framework for handling mixed signals with absolute self-control. 1. Stop rewarding inconsistency. Mixed signals survive on your reactions, your replies, your reassurance, your effort. When someone is unpredictable, you don't lean in. You pull your energy back. Silence is how you break the pattern. 2. Match their energy with boundaries, not emotions. If they're inconsistent, you become selective. If they're hot and cold, you become steady and unavailable, not out of pettiness, out of self-respect. Consistency is the minimum requirement for access to you. 3. Don't chase clarity, require it. If you have to guess, you already know. Clarity never hides behind confusion. When someone's actions and words don't align, you believe the pattern, not the excuses. 4. Observe behavior, not intentions. Mixed signals are a behavior pattern, not a communication mistake. You don't decode the sweet moments. You decode the inconsistency between them. A person's pattern is their truth. 5. Detach your self-worth from their attention. Their inconsistency is not a reflection of your value. It's a reflection of their instability. When you stop making their energy your measurement, their power over you dies instantly. 6. Respond with simplicity, not emotion. No long messages, no explanations, no confrontation marathons. Your behavior says everything: limited access, slow replies, emotional neutrality. Let their inconsistency disqualify them without drama. 7. Give people space to reveal themselves. When you stop compensating for their lack of effort, the truth shows up fast. Either they step up or they fall off. Both outcomes protect your peace. 8. Prioritize your standard over their potential. Potential is a fantasy. Patterns are reality. Your job isn't to fix their confusion. It's to choose someone who doesn't create it. 9. Replace uncertainty with decisiveness. Mixed signals lose power when you make the decision they're avoiding. If someone can't choose you with clarity, you choose yourself with finality. You don't win by decoding mixed signals. You win by refusing to participate in them. When you stop dancing with inconsistency, you shift the entire dynamic, and the person sending mixed signals is forced to confront their own chaos without using you as the emotional cushion. That's what power looks like. Stop letting people confuse you just because they're confused within themselves. Mixed signals aren't something you solve. They're something you walk away from with your standards intact. If you want to go deeper into emotional patterns, self-control, and the psychology behind attachment and avoidance, get the audiobook of Surviving the Toxic Bond. If you prefer studying while you listen, grab the ebook too. The download link is in my bio. If this brought clarity, like the video, drop a comment, subscribe, and share it. Let more people learn how to stop decoding inconsistency and start choosing themselves. Stay sharp, stay disciplined, protect your peace.